Hello, welcome to Household Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you've never run a household in your life from the perspective of a mom. I get a ton of questions like, how do you clean the kitchen? Like, what's your process? The only issue is I have ADHD. And so I am not like a project unless I'm hyper-focused. If I'm hyper-focused, I'm gonna like take all the tikis down, take the fronts of the cabinets off, like it's gonna get crazy in here. So obviously we don't do that every single day, right? But we gotta keep the kitchen clean because we cook in it. So what I do is I make myself a rule that I have to clean something every single day. So every day, one thing minimum has to get cleaned. The kitchen gets the most love because it gets the most use. And let's be honest, it's like the dirtiest place in your house, right? Because there's food and there's people and there's traffic and like the kitchen, everything happens in the kitchen. Every time before I make a video for you, before I do anything, I clean the counter, right? So I use Force of Nature, but this is not an ad. They're not sponsored or anything. You can use whatever cleaner that you like. I just want to talk a little bit about cleaner and how you use cleaner and what cleaner really is, disinfectant versus cleaner. One thing is like, I know there's gonna be people on here who are like, bleach, it has to be bleach, it has to be bleach. I just want you to know you've been indoctrinated to believe that bleach means clean. It was literally a campaign. Clorox did a great job. People are obsessed with bleach. Bleach is highly dangerous. It's highly toxic. I know your grandma used it. I know your mom used it. I know, I get it. And if you want to use bleach, be my guest. We don't use bleach in this house. The only time I ever use bleach is in drains. That's it. I don't use bleach to clean any surfaces in my house for multitude of reasons. One, I just told you I have ADHD, so I am likely to mix bleach with something else, and it is so easy to make a toxic mustard gas and kill yourself with bleach. I cannot even tell you. The other thing is bleach is toxic to you, like just the bleach itself. So if you put bleach on this surface and then that bleach gets on the food, then I'm eating the bleach. So that's no good. So I don't use bleach. I have shown you my vinegar and soap concoction that I use like in the bathrooms. This is what I use as my counter cleaner. But I want you to know, when you spray a surface like your counter, this is what we all do. We spray the surface, right? We take our handy dandy, whatever. If you're using your dishcloth, don't, okay? And we wipe it up. Well, here's the thing. That did not disinfect. It cleaned, like you got the gook off the surface, but most cleaners have to be on the surface for a certain amount of time in order to disinfect. You need to look at the back of your cleaner and see. I bet you if you look at it, it's gonna say 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Are you spraying it on and leaving it on for 15 minutes? You're not even leaving it on for 2 seconds. You know you're not. So that's step one. So what I do is I clear a space. I have so much stuff and junk in my kitchen because I'm cooking all the time. I have tons of, here, I'll let you look at the shame pile. So much stuff. That's just one of the piles, okay? So what I do is I clear off a space like this. I move everything to one side. I spray down the counter, right? And I let it sit for a minute or however long yours says to let it sit for. Now wipe it up. This, great, amazing, good for the environment, microfiber cloth or microfiber cloth like this, amazing. How often are you cleaning it? If you're gonna use something like a microfiber cloth, fantastic, I love it, it's great for the environment, but you need to wash this like every day. You have to throw this in the wash and get a new one. So you need to have like 20 of these so that you can have a pile in the wash. You need to wash it every day, because if you're letting it sit with all the germs and gook on it and you're letting it sit, or you're using it on your dishes, it's your dish towel. Don't use your dish towel on your counters. Your dish towel is only for dishes. I don't even use a dish towel, we use a sponge, but I don't put that sponge on the counter because then you're just taking all the bacteria off of that sponge and you're wiping it all over your counter, right? Microfiber cloth, any of these types of microfiber cloth, fantastic. Just make sure you have a pile of them and throw it in the wash every night at the end of the day, okay? Or you're paranoid about germs, or if you're doing glass, which tends to streak, the good old paper towel does the trick too, right? So then after I've let it sit, I just go over it and I wipe it up, lovely, get it all clean, okay? If you've got anything on that won't come off, then you can scrub it a little, but this is like a plastic counter and it scratches super easy, so I have to be careful. Now another little tip or trick is that once you've used this, it has all the cleaner on it, but also has all the dirt and the crumbs and the whatever, right? But if you've gone over it a couple times, you got a little bit of dampness, I will sometimes use that to clean the stuff that sits up here on the counter as well, right? Because that stuff that's like always here gets a little gook on it, right? Wipe her down. Then I just transfer all the crap to the other side of the counter, right? Move it all to the side. And I do the other side of the counter. You would be shocked how many little crumbs and little things accumulate under the stuff on your counter, and that all attracts bugs. You don't want that. I don't know how well you can see, but look at all this gook that was sitting on the counter underneath, right? This is just from a day or two. So you spray it down, let it sit for whatever the time is it says on your cleaner. Once it has sat the appropriate amount of time, then we're gonna wipe it up. Now, some of your cleaners, you need to look, are going to say that you need to rinse after, okay? Oh, I got a little stain there. Some of the cleaners that you guys spray onto your counters are gonna say that you need to rinse after. So you really need to be looking at what you're putting on your countertops. That's the kitchen island clean, right? I put all the stuff back, and that's one thing in the kitchen cleaned. I always do top down, so I definitely don't do the floors until last. Now, if I'm feeling ambitious, then I'm gonna go from here, and I'm gonna clean the fronts of the cabinets, and I'll clean the door handles, and I'll clean the drawer pulls. Those are all the things you touch. I'll clean the faucet, like all the things that the high touch spots. I really, really make sure that those get done minimum once every week, sometimes every day, right? If you're in your kitchen a lot and you're using it a lot. Just clean one thing in the kitchen every single day. I use a spray cleaner. I won't use anything with a scour unless I need to, because I have these plasticky countertops. If you have different types of marbles or woods, you have to find out how to take care of those things specifically, right? Because every countertop is different. This is probably what most people have in their houses, unless you have nicer finishes, which hopefully someday I will too. Anyways, I hope that helps someone. If you have questions or suggestions for videos, always let me know in the comments, and I'm happy to make a video for you.